Right, this is senior, number 6, Kieran Grant, running back, defensive back, started for us for 4 years. This is senior Trey Moore, number 8, defensive lineman and fullback. And senior Jordan Whittington, a little bit of everything on offense and safety on defense. Senior started for us for 4 years. And this is Caden Jander, starting senior center last 2 years, first team All-State center last 2 years.
Open it up for questions.
Coach, what can you say about Jordan's performance today? State record for rushing yards in the final game.
It's unbelievable, you know, to have that kind of a performance on a stage like this is awful special. But he would be the first to tell you that he couldn't have done it without the rest of his teammates. Thought our offensive line played really well for him up front, and you know, he just like all the rest of our guys, we just weren't going to be denied today.
Jordan, you go out and have a humongous game like you had, man. You know, you break the record. Seems like they just, whatever they threw at, you just had an answer for it. Just kind of speak about, you know, the way that you prepared mentally for this game.
You know, altogether we just didn't want to get caught up in the hype of, you know, state game and everything that comes with it. But, you know, we just win the game and we had the mentality to, you know, you're not going to beat us. I mean, we didn't come this far to come this far. That was our quote the whole week. And, you know, credit to them. I love everybody. I love every single one of them, the crowd, everything. And I'm glad we got it.
Jordan, describe the week for you, getting signed with Texas earlier in the week and then finishing it off with the state championship in the last game.
You signing, that was another dream that came to reality. And, you know, but signing, you know, it was special, of course, but this was the main thing I was worried about this week.
Coach, it's been a while since Cuero won state title. What do you think was different this year compared to past years?
Well, first thing is God's blessed us to be here. We wouldn't have been here without His hand on us, and He's brought us through a lot of adversity, and we give credit to Him, number one. The second thing is these guys and the rest of their teammates. We got a tremendous senior class, 22 seniors, and they're just a group that has had given us tremendous leadership, and they just wouldn't be denied. You know, Kieran and Jordan started for us as freshmen, and the last time we played in the semifinals, they were freshmen, and these guys have been talking since then about, Coach, we're going to win one before we leave. We're going to win one before we leave, and there's a fine line between getting here and not getting here, and these kids have just, you know, they're uncommon. That's kind of our mantra: uncommon men win. These guys have done things in an uncommon way in a lot of areas of their life to get here, and you know, they deserve tremendous credit.
Specifically for Kieran and Jordan being the 4-year starters, my coach just kind of touched on that people have been expecting y'all to be here for a few years now, and it hasn't happened. And now to get here, play your last game here, and come out on top, I mean, what's that mean to y'all to finally do this as a senior class together?
I mean, it means a lot to us, you know, to both of us, you know, going out with this. It says a lot for all the hard work we put in. You know, we couldn't have done it without everybody on the team. You know, like this, it means a lot to all of us. You know, especially going with the adversity at the beginning of the season. You know, with Trey losing his mom, and you know, we dedicating the season to her. As you can tell, we had DK on the back of our helmets, which represented her in a special way. And you know, this is just a special moment for all of us.
Jordan, you?
I'd say, you know, it's like he said, but like Coach Reeves said, 6 inches, you know, that was our motto, that could change everything. And the last 3 years, we feel like we're on the opposite side of that. And this year, it's like we changed roles, and, you know, it feels good when you get past that hump.
Jordan, on that last scoring drive that made it a 12-point game, you know, you carried the ball all 5 plays on that drive. What was your mindset there, just going down and getting the score that, you know, put the game out of your reach?
I told the lineman, I said, if each one of you block somebody, you can leave one-on-one, and, you know, we're going to make it happen. And all credit to them. I love the guy right here, and I'm glad we did it.
Coach, how much of Jordan and the Wildcat was in the game plan, or was that something you just decided to go to because it was working?
You know, when I had our conference call with the Fox Sports folks earlier in the week, they asked me, well, you know, do I have a touch count for him? And I said, well, depends on the situation. And but you know, in this game here, I mean, he had the hot hand, and you know, that's the thing that's been special about this team. I mean, you know, some games Kieran here's the guy that's carried the load. Some guy, games, Chance Albright's been the one that's carried the load. And we just, as you get into the game, you just kind of get a feel for what's working. And tonight, obviously he was a man on a mission, and it was working for us. And to his credit, and our team's credit, they saw it through to a win.
Coach, you talked a lot.
Oh, go to the back and then come front.
You talked a lot last week about landing punches in these heavyweight type games. How critical were those punches, so to speak, that you landed at the end of the first half after being down 21-7?
I thought that was huge. We were down 21-7, and I think that one of the things that helped us, and I talked to our team about this, was last week's game. Last week's game was a really back and forth game, and it had been a while since we'd been in a heavyweight bout before last week, and I felt like that was going to pay dividends for us. And we had a couple of turnovers. Michael, our quarterback, threw a couple of interceptions. Give him credit. He came back in the second half. I thought he played fantastic when we needed him, and made some big plays for us. Took better care of the ball. But that's how we've built our house, so to speak. That power of the family, that relentless effort, that true toughness. All those things showed themselves tonight, and to me, that was the difference in the game.
Coach, what can you say about your defensive effort in the second half, just holding them to 7 points to let the offense kind of get going?
I thought our defense did great. Our defensive coordinator, Coach Zach Linscomb, does a great job with our defense. Thought we made some really good halftime adjustments. Coach Gibson, after the game, who, by the way, is a class act, does a tremendous job with that program, and he does it for the right reasons, which is, making an impact for kids. But he complimented our defense about, nobody has been able to shut them down like that in the second half, like we were able to, and give credit to our kids. We talked about that we have to attack in order to be successful, and our kids just kept attacking, and it paid off for us.
Jordan,
Mike and then
Trey, after what you've been through this year, losing your mom, I know this was your goal. Can you talk about your emotions now, what this means to you, having gone through all that?
The game it meant a lot to us. Not only was it for my mom, but it was for us too. But of course, she wanted us to get there. She dreamed of us getting here. Just for us to be able to win it and win it all is just an amazing feeling. I'm thankful for my team, my coaches, and the community that came out tonight. Today, just I'm thankful for all that. It's a great feeling to win.
Jordan, as great as you were today, there was some adversity. By my count, I think you had 5 touchdowns negated, either by replay or penalty. How frustrating was that? I mean, obviously you scored pretty quick after a few of them. But, how frustrating was that when it just kept happening?
They replayed it, and I guess it wasn't what it was, so go back and make it happen. That was my mentality. I'm sure that was theirs too.
Coach, for the 3 seniors, man, just explain what it's been like playing for Cuero,
Let me give this to Caden, and we'll let Caden jump in here.
Playing for Cuero has been just phenomenal. I can't say enough about the coaches, the community, everybody, how they, just that small town feel, and that camaraderie that everybody has together, and it's really great.
Katie, can you talk about being on that offensive line, running the Wildcat there at the end, and being able to close it out with you guys up front?
It's a great feeling to know that when you look up from a block and you see Jordan or somebody else running to the end zone. It's a great feeling. You did your job.
Travis, what's your opinion now of instant reading as the state title?
It's funny. I was actually asked to be on the UIL committee to approve the instant replay, and I thought about that about the 3rd time we had something good overturned. I thought, why in the world did I vote for that? But I think, honestly, you get to the state championship game, and you want to make sure that it's right, and and I think that served its purpose. The UIL and the officials did a great job, and those things are going to work themselves out, and I think it all turned out the way it should be.
Trey, the defensive line, it had much different in the second half than it was in the first half. What adjustments did y'all make to keep Pleasant Grove instead in the second half?
We just came together as a team. We realized we've been working for this since 7th grade. So we thought just 24 minutes left, and we can be state champions. So we just all came together, didn't argue or fight, just play as a team together as a whole, and the outcome turned great for us.
Coach, what does this team?
Last question.
What does this team rank amongst those teams that you coach?
Right now, it's the best one. I'll be honest with you. This is my 14th year in Cuero as either an assistant or a head coach. My dad was the head coach. The last time we were here, we lost right at the end of the game with 4.6 seconds left to a good Abilene Wiley team. We had a chance to score before Case Keenum made some plays, and we didn't get it in. I was the offensive coordinator, and I feel partly responsible for that. 2009, we played Gilmer, and we get down to the 10-yard line with less than a minute to go, and we don't get it in. Tyler Arndt, several guys. Tyler Arndt was our quarterback at that time, and so I've been blessed to be a part of some really good football teams. The teams that I've coached as the head coach. The last two teams that we've had in Cuero have been exceptionally talented, and it's like Jordan said, there's 6 inches of difference between being here and not being here, and all of those teams, all those players and coaches that have come before us have been a part of us getting here today. Because this has been a long time coming. I wish my dad would have had a little better offensive coordinator when he was the head coach, but. We're probably going to get him a ring too from this win tonight. But it's been a lot of fun, and been a privilege to be able to coach in Cuero. It's a great place.
Thanks, you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.